Okay, artists. So we are going to start by talking about how we are going to draw our candy corn. Now you can use whatever paper you have at home. This is just a regular piece of computer paper. So to start, since we are making 4 candy corn, I want to fold my paper into fourths. So I'm going to fold my paper in half, make sure I get corner to corner, and then crease. Then I'm going to fold it over again. Now if you have a bigger piece of paper, that is also awesome. You can make this as big as the paper that you have. So now I have a section for each one of my candy corn. So I am ready to draw. You always want to start with a pencil drawing lightly. We are going to try to draw our 4 candy corn at about the same size. So we are going to need to draw 4 triangles. Now, candy corns are round on the edges, so you might want to start by first drawing a regular triangle shape lightly, and then we can round out the corners after. 1 triangle, and I'm going to trace it over darker. 2 triangles. 3 triangles. 4 triangles. And all of them are about the same size. Awesome. So now I'm going to go back in and round out my edges for my final one. And I can press a little bit harder now. I'm just drawing it over and making my edges round and not pointy. If you have an eraser handy, you can go back over and erase those extra lines that you have. There we go. So that my work always looks very neat and I erase my mistakes. Okay. So each candy corn has 3 colors. So I want to next divide my candy corn into thirds. So I am going to draw 2 lines on each of my candy corns. We are going to work on this for more than one class. So if you finish drawing your candy corns today, you are in good shape. But I'm going to do our whole project, and you can divide this up over the course of a few classes. So if you watched the Loom video earlier, you know we are going to have 1 candy corn that is our primary colors, 1 that is our secondary colors, 1 that is our warm colors, and 1 that is our cool colors. For this project, I am using oil pastels, but you can use whatever you have at home to color with. So the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Okay, so I am going, and you can decide where you want to put each color. I am going to make my middle section red. If you're using oil pastels, they're really neat because you can blend them together. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So I'm neatly coloring in my section. Some people like to color in solid with their oil pastels, but I like to leave a little bit of white because I take a tissue, and if you're working with oil pastels, you can try this. You can blend it out so you have a nice thin coat of oil pastel. So I have my red, neatly placed in my first section. My next primary color is blue. So I'm going to fill in my next section with blue. I start by outlining my area. Then going and filling it in. And finally, my last primary color is yellow. Okay, so now I'm going to blend that out in each section. And now I have my primary candy corn. Next, I'm going to fill in my secondary color candy corn. So red, yellow, and blue make all of the secondary colors. For example, yellow and red make orange. So I am going to take my orange and start coloring. So yellow and blue mix together to make green. And finally, red and blue make purple. Now, you can save your warm and cool colors for another day, but I am going to complete them in this video as well. So you can pause this and come back next week. I'm going to do the next two without blending it so you can see the difference and decide what you like if you have oil pastels at home. Something else you can do before we move on is create a highlight. So an area where the light would be hitting to make our candy corn look more realistic. Sometimes the tips of your oil pastels get messy. You can wipe it off. Okay, next is my warm colors. Now, warm colors, you can think of colors that remind you of summer. So reds, yellows, and oranges. So I'm going to start with a red, and the red is a primary color. Now I'm not going to blend in these ones so you can see the difference and decide what look you like better. I'm just going to fill in all of my spots. Okay. My next warm color is yellow, another primary color. Okay. My last color for my warm is orange, which is a secondary color. Yellow and red make orange. Okay, next I have my cool colors. These are colors that make you think of winter. First, I'm going to add a highlight on my warm. Okay. So, my first cool color is the primary color blue. My next cool color is the secondary color, purple. And my last cool color is the secondary color, green. I can go in and put my highlight. Now, you also have the option, if you would like to, outline all of your candy corns in black. That's up to you. If you choose to do that, I wouldn't use black oil pastel because that can get very messy. I would use a crayon or a colored pencil. Let's see. This is up to you if you like the look of your work being outlined. You want to make sure you take your time and do this neatly. That is why we are taking more than one class to do this. I kind of like the way it looks outlined, even better. Okay, so to recap, we have 4 candy corn. Our first one is the primary colors, which is yellow, red, and blue. These colors can mix to the secondary colors, which are orange, green, and purple. These two I blended with a tissue using oil pastel. If you don't have oil pastels, you can use markers, crayons, or color pencil. For the last two, I did warm and cool colors. These are warm, think of summer. You have yellow, red, and orange. For your cool colors, think of winter. Blue, purple, and green. So you're going to have multiple classes to do this, so don't do it all in one shot. Take your time, work neatly, and do the best you can.